Someone tell me what a proportion is. What does it mean, the word proportion? Alana. Equal ratios. So if I had 4/5 equals 8/10, would that form a proportion? 4/5 equals 8/10? Yes? Yes, it does, right? If I had 1/2, 1/2 equals 8/16, does that form a proportion? Yes, they have the same value, right? Okay. Now today there's 3 parts. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a way to solve proportions without having to reduce. Okay? All right. Now when I have, first thing we have, yes, question. It is on, yes, have it on. Okay, so solving proportions. Okay, and this says 8, 25, 21. Okay, so the first thing, if I have 2 proportions, and let's say they are really big proportions, okay? Let's say I had 77 over 182, okay, equals 7/14. Okay, now, I could reduce these and see if they equal each other like what we did yesterday, okay? But I'm going to show you another way, and this is one of the parts, you have 2 parts where you're going to use a calculator. This is one of those 2 parts, okay? You're going to use what we call cross products. Does anybody know what cross products are? Well, first of all, if it's products, what does that have to do with? Multiplication, okay? And this is cross products. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to take this number, the top, and we're going to multiply it times this one. Okay? Somebody with a calculator, tell me what 77 times 14 is. Jace, what'd you get? 1,078. Now, I want you to do the same thing, but do the other side. So this one to this one. What's 7 times 182? What'd you get, Emma? 1,274. Now, do those 2 numbers equal each other? No. They do not. Okay, matter of fact, they're not even that close. But if they don't equal each other, this does not form a proportion. So this would be, you could put an equal sign with a slash through it, or you could say, no, they do not. Okay? Let's try another one. Let's say I had these 2 numbers. 140 over 98 equals 10 over 7. Okay? Now let's solve this, okay, using our cross products. Okay? So somebody tell me what 140 times 7 is. Braden. 900 what? 80. What's 10 times 98? We can do this without a calculator, right? What's 10 times 98? Did those 2 equal each other? Yes. So we're going to circle that, or we can also put yes, those form a proportion. Okay? Does that make sense how we're solving these using cross products? Yes. How many of you guys have ever done that before? Okay, it's pretty easy, right? Okay. I'm going to write one up here, and I want you to try it on your own. Can I erase this? Yes. Okay. Try this one. 180 over 260 equals 90 over 130. Try those. Braden has an answer. Lily has an answer. Lucas has an answer. Lucas, can you help me? What do I do here? If I use my cross products, what's 180 times 130? That's a big number. Okay. And what's 90 times 260? Like that? There we go. Did we get the same thing for if we multiply these?
Yes. Yeah.
So what do we determine from that? that these are a proportion, right? So we can circle it or we can put what? Yes. Okay. Give me a thumbs up if you understand the first part of this. Okay. Yeah, there's 3 parts. Okay. First part, good? Yeah? Okay, question.
You could cancel out the zeros in that.
Oh, totally. Totally. Guys, you could have reduced these and still eventually got to the same thing. That's fine. I'm just showing you a faster way, okay, using calculators. All right, are we good on that part? Okay, next part. All right, when we have something missing from a proportion, okay? In other words, if we are already told something is a proportion, okay, but something is missing, we're going to start with some easy ones. Okay, these ones you will not use a calculator for because they're simple. Okay, so let's say I have 3 over 10 equals 9 over x. Okay, and we know, we're told ahead of time that these are a proportion. So we're trying to find what x equals. Okay, question, Brooklyn. It does, but it's not always going to be that. Now this one we can probably do, we can say I know 3 times 3 is 9, 10 times 3 is 30, right? But I want to show you how to use cross products to solve because it's not always going to be that cut and dry. Okay, so if I use cross products, does anybody know what 3 times x is? 3x, right? What is 9 times 10? 90. Now, this says 90 equals 3 times something. If I'm going to undo 3 times x, how do I do that? Divide by what? Not by 10. What's being multiplied by x? 3. So divide this by 3, divide this by 3, and what do we get? 30 equals what? X. Did we get the same answer as what Brooklyn just said? Yes. Okay, now, that's one, like I said, you can do in your head, okay, but we can do this by showing our cross products. But it's not always going to be that easy. Okay? Alana, question.
Can you explain that part again?
Yes, we'll do another one.
Blanked it. Sorry.
That's okay. We'll do another one. Okay? All right. Let's say I have a proportion that looks like this. Let's say 9.
Oh, I get it. Never mind.
That's all right.
You did. Sorry.
We're going to do this one anyway. 9 over x equals 6 over 7. Okay? Now, this one is a little bit harder to do in our heads because we can't multiply 6 times anything to get 9, can we? Can we? No. Okay, so we're going to find our cross products. Okay? What is 6 times 7? Everybody, 6x, right? I'm sorry, did I say 6 times 7?
Yes.
My bad. 6 times x.
6x.
6x. What is 9 times 7? 63. Now, what does this mean we have to do? Divide each side by what?
6.
By 6, right? Okay, now this, 6 doesn't go into 63 evenly, does it? Now, I'm not going to let you use a calculator on a certain part because I want you to show me how you got this. So I'm going to take 63 and divide it by 6. How many 6s go into 6? 1. Now, when I have a 3 here, can I put 6 into 3? What can I do to make that 3 bigger? Make a ooh. Add a decimal up here and add a what?
So you have to put a 0 because it doesn't go in.
So how many 6s go into 30? Oh, sorry, 0. Then put my decimal. How many 6s go into 30?
5.
5. Okay. And did it terminate down here? Did I get a 0 down here?
Yep.
Yeah. So what's my answer? X equals what? 10.5. Okay. Does that make sense? You guys, yes, question, Abby.
So do you just divide the 6x by, let's say it was 7x divided by 7?
Yeah, whatever's being multiplied by the variable.
Okay, that makes sense.
Whatever's multiplied by x in that case. Okay, try this one. Completely on your own, doing the exact same thing we just did. Raise your hand when you get an answer. Okay? 2 over x equals 5 over 8. Try that one. Try that one. Okay, you got 2 people with answers, 3 people with answers. 4, 5, 6. All right. Abby, what's the first thing I should do on this? Rhymes with floss snodex.
Do the arrows and then put it into 5.
Cross products?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, what's 2 times 8? 16. What's 5 times x? All right. What do I do next, Braden? What am I dividing each side by? 5. By 5. Okay, well, 16 divided by 5. 5 doesn't go into 16 evenly, does it? Okay, how many 5s go into 16? 3. But my problem is I have 1 left down here, don't I? What can I do here?
Add a decimal.
Decimal and a?
0.
So if I add a decimal and add a 0,
2.
how many 5s go into 10?
2.
Okay, do I have another 0 down here? Okay, so what's my final answer? X equals what?
3.2.
3.2. Okay. How many of you got that one right? Okay, so are we good on that second part? Yes? One more part. One more part. Okay. You can use your calculators for this part again, okay? And the reason I'm letting you use your calculators, okay, these are ginormongomonious numbers, okay? For example, if I have this, 76 over 67 equals y over 29. Okay, do you want to multiply these on your own and solve it on your own? You can if you want to, but I'm going to use a calculator. Okay, somebody tell me, I'm still going to use my cross products. Somebody tell me what 76 times 29 is.
2,204.
Like that? You guys agree? Okay, now let's do the other side. What's y times 67? Everybody? 67y. Good. How do I solve this now? What do I do? Divide each side by what? 67. What did you get when you divided that?
32.895522.
Okay. Now, here's what you're going to do. And this keeps going, right?
Yep.
We don't want to write all those numbers. So on your worksheet, your instructions are going to say round to the nearest hundredth when necessary. Is it necessary here?
Definitely.
Yes. So let's look at our hundredths place. Where's our hundredths? Is this our hundredths? Is this our hundredths?
No.
This is our hundredths, right? And we're going to look to the number next to it to the right. And if that is 5 or greater, what do we do to that number? We add 1 to it, right? So the problem is, if we add 1, what does this become? Becomes a 0, right? So then we move this one and add 1 to that. What does that become? Okay, so we can say 32.90 equals x. Okay? Does that make sense how we got that? Now, sometimes there might not be a decimal. Okay? I'll show you one that there won't be a decimal on, okay? Oh, I'm sorry, why? My fault. Okay, Lucas, question.
You need to put the 0 after it.
You do not. 32.9 is the same value as 32.90. Okay, try this one completely on your own. Let's see how you do. You ready? 84 over m equals 6 over 44. Try that one. Try that one.
Can we use our calculator?
Yep. Zoe has an answer. Abby has an answer. Jason has an answer. Lucas has an answer. Emma has an answer. Alana has an answer. Chase has an answer. Braden has an answer. E-Money has an answer. Okay, Zoe, I want you to help me. What do I do here? Find my, rhymes with schnosh, splodux, cross products, good. What's 84 times 44?
It was 3,696.
3,696, very good. What's 6 times m? 6m. What do I do here? Divide each side by what? By 6. And what do I get? M equals? 616. Now, there was no decimal in that one, right? That was easy. Okay. Shall we do another one, or are we good on this? Okay, question.
One more question. When you get the answer on your calculator, can you just go ahead and like divide that? Like when I got 360.
Yes, you can. Yes. Okay, now listen. As far as when you use calculators, what I still require you to do? Show what you're putting. So see everything I did in red up here? Okay, we used a calculator, but all of that stuff I still want to see. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm going to pass out your work.